don't decide our editorial policy. The Ebekan Wahano, we feel say that is how it's supposed to be said. Who feel said the Ekan Wahano why Bonnie mention me. I've put this out there. I don't expect anybody to come on our platform to say, I then I would do a term where Jimmy be do a term, and that is a fact. Yen yatema yaseson konfoso and the Tiheya Bank of Ghana abo eka buburegui. Yen din konfo atama yaseso omoso ye o penyini o we de akokora o we de nan papa we school we mu de omo na also be president and ye de akwase ate hande. I am not here to entertain any fool. Go to Niger. Yen yatema omoso so nkwase asam so no and the Niger wo de esi wo ho okọ Burkina Faso a bien hu obi a wo di 25 years na wo di Burkina Faso so na ye nkokora moto efu dwene. Kwa sebesi Burkina Faso soja ban betugu ye oko Nigeria the same thing eye nkokora moto efu dwene na akwara bia ni wa 28 25 na okuta tumi wo Niger impenifo ya de bia mo mutumi ye mo de respect impenifo ya de bia ye show mo this high level of respect. They are the same impenifo majority of the time 90% of them fooling because we have failed to speak truth in front of them.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them you po
the TV. So thank you very much. Now, so we end the show. No, Uncle Rebecca say I feel I'm about back a break here. Why should it be so serious? It should be serious because untumin jagan and siwo for 3 days. Abra yankwasi afoya umudi subibre edin kwasi asem. We need to come back and correct some things. This platform, answer na start show. Now I want to put this across. This platform is for adults. Only 18 years and over. Don't watch me. Mamika some way beam. Send a bear obin tina be being Kevin Taylor. Wabani show so, wabani TV so. They say only 18 years and over. Don't watch this show. We any pebisuna sebia osha wantiti na edititi with how you were brought up, your upbringing. It does not really any such show we enko osha de we na I said the udi bone I said the umu hono mesrao. Don't watch it. Osha wonsna ebia we penyini ensema meka na wahum so wanyini cheme unim nyansa cheme sebi wo de obra wabo wiase no bobra che kokwa nanse nti wo de unyansa da utim no eso che Ghana ni bia wo de Kristo sum de tetew inkremo sum de tetew wo ye nipa bia ubu ho nti de bebe na wa ha no wani nso a mesrew menforce wo menhweme oyo hene na se sebi o mpese obi anu betia wo sebi oyo hene na huhu se wo de wo some shows bia otumi hwema wakoma to yem e bia adult education talking point shows bia sebi kire so ye penyini na mesrew na nei kohwehwa show no. So we a young man, we a young woman, that's why I ready so betie no kre hard hitting truth. This is your platform. Yes so ya mbetna se e beka kire wo se sebi yento sebi wa ha. With all due respect, oya huneniba eteseme na wejimi a meka just wejimi. I'm not going to hesitate. Oya mfantiniba teseme na wejimi a meka se wejimi. The same way oya huneniba eteseme na unimnyansa mebo abaso. Sa oye eye infantinia kaniba teseme na sa unimnyansa na oya adepa. I will sit here and do what and make sure say amanfo nyina hu adepa oye. Sebio sa we any other tribe ni na wa adwene yourself wo tribe no so chen tribe bia wo Ghana wo dia wo so chen Ghana fo wo dia sebio wa adwene bia chen Ghana fo ona wo tebe ona sebio ona nanum ekokon tokwa mesrew sa wo na show we ebekwatia wa menhwe okọ TV ni so a omugu ntumi TV jimi wo ho obetuma akọ okọ apolado mo kire o jimi no ho obetuma akọ obetuma akọ Ghana TV bebre omu jimi wo ho anadwi ubetumi akoho obia enchechire obia se omehwe Kevin Taylor anadwi. This is my platform. I worked hard to build it. You don't decide what I say. You don't decide our editorial policy. The Ebekan Wahano, we feel say that is how it's supposed to be said. Who feel said the Ebekan Wahano be why Bonnie mention me. I've put this out there. I don't expect anybody to come on our platform to say I then I would do a term where Jimmy be do a term, and that is a fact. Yen yatema yaseson konfoso na the Tiheya Bank of Ghana abo eka buburegui. Yen din konfo atama yaseso omoso ye o penyini o we de akokora o we de nan papa we school we mu de omo na also be president and de akwase ate hande. I am not here to entertain any fool. Go to Niger. Yen yatema omoso so nkwase asam so no and the Niger wo hu de esi wo ho okọ Burkina Faso a bien hu obi a wo di 25 years na wo di Burkina Faso so na eye nkokora moto efu dwene. Kwa sebesi Burkina Faso soja ban betugu ye oko Nigeria the same thing eye nkokora omoto afudwene na akwara bia ni wa wodi 28 25 ana okuta tumi wo Nigeria impenifo ya de bia mo mutumi ye mo de respect impenifo ya de bia ye show mo this high level of respect. They are the same impenifo majority of the time 90% of them fooling because we have failed to speak truth in front of them. Yama omo opportunity to take advantage of us. We young Africans, we have become timid through religion. We have become timid through the way we are brought up. We don't understand what is even insult and criticism. We have become people who are always asking to be fed. We are not supposed to be doing that every time. We are supposed to be questioning these leaders. With all due respect, o Bible na o kaino, o Quran na o kaino, atenie wom. Eye hwan mo anu asem ene wo Quran nim, eye hwan mo anu asem ene wo Bible nim, eye nipa na obo wo no, eye osom na wo som no. Atenie nipa ambo amamwa, ye boma nipa. Na se nipa F00lS obe act se nipa, ye dey ye di watem. So with all due respect, sir, uye nipa na wo ha na wadwene mu do, wadwene kofie, wadwene ko akire na wonim se sebio se wo pese ye kyekire o man na yaka please ache, yaka sebio ache, yaka yesremu ache. Ye hu akora we di Ghana so we di 22 years da. Ye hu sa akora bia di 28 years wa be president da. Ye hu Ghana ni bia we di 27 years wa be cabinet minister da. Omo anyina 65, 55, 49, 62. Sa group ya na dia bedru hande. So we are not going to sit here today and say please we have crossed that level. Mi buni papa but we jimi ameka achiro. So from today till 2024 December 2025 no, we are not going to show mercy to anybody. Uye penyini ye de penyini ye. Se uye penyini ye de penyini ye. Oya akora bu penyini. Ba se penyini ye bebu a e kire wo kire. Respect is reciprocal. Se wo kire obu a ene ebu. Penyini a wajimi ye mbu no. Penyini kwasia ye mbu no. Penyini a oyo twe a ondwene Ghana fo ho ye mbu no. If you are an elder, uye penyini na onye penyini dia, onye de penyini ya, e wo say di watem mauti ase say, wanye de wo say penyini yenti or say di watem. So we are not here, and let me put this across, and let me send this across. Ye nyankwara sao. We are not kids. So we are papa, yes you are papa. So we chop money, yes you chop money. So we tifia, yes you tifia. Wa worry, yes you worry. So wa ma, yes you ma. Bibien wa wo chen ye into without due respect no se ubu hu a yesu ebu but se we mbu hu dia ye mbu. It is very important. Now the reason why I'm saying this and say Ghana has gotten to that point whereby we cannot go back to where these guys have taken us. Nana Dankwe Kufuor, the MPP, and the 10 ignorant souls are almost free MPP one person be the president, you know, all of them, they are part of this mess. Yenim obia okasa mess we one ka free SHS asem, one ka planting for food asem, one ka one district, one factory asem, one ka one constituency, $1 million asem, one ka a year, one constituency, one dam. Sa ignorant 10 we no. Aye peba akwaso so no Black Star 11 no. Obieduwa one ka enkwasi asem dia bedru hande. So none of them to me and to rational thinking Ghanaians consider them to be rational and intelligent enough to lead. Obienwa onim without due respect nyansa yedibu maya I was say obedi Ghana so ebia jimi chambi. I've said it over and over. Even 10 nimuno ebia jimi chambi. And when the time comes, we will go there and break it down for you to have a clear understanding of nipa omonenam Ghana almost one person omudi president. Now where are we today? Some people started sounding the alarm. Say Ghana no essay. From 2017 another Dankwe Kufuor and the MPP came into office. We saw lots and lots of people speak out. The same time, we saw lots and lots of people go after those people who spoke out. Now, the culture of silence crept in or has crept in to this point whereby in Ghana today, we don't know Penyini who is an elder in the home or in the house. And the yenim Penyini wo Ghana. Se obi na adwiri so obeka se Penyini a na Penyini asona no. We were here when some adults started speaking right after election 2020. Omukachire Ghana for say, we are not kids. We have been there before. We have seen governments upon government. We have seen regime upon regimes. But what we are seeing under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has never happened in the history of this country before. Sebio ekura yetim ana megana ni eko minim nyansa nchen obia. They are more intelligent, more honest, more rational people than me. People who are learned. But you see, ya chichiri kura, ya mfani pa bako na chichiri. Ya dia dom and a chichiri kru. So when somebody comes out, now we should depana waba bontene ebe kasa. You see, se se kusie epie ewia keteketa. Na ebia bibi di nechi. Ebia na bibi di nechi inti na hu kusie ewia ketekete. At a point, some people decided to speak. And what did they say? Let's go back and listen to what people said. Na yemfantoto enneho se ensema nipa bi kaye no sansem no is it manifesting today? After that, you will do the calculation of the day. You're still watching with all due respect, extended version.
Our media landscape is so polarized and partisan. There is hardly any objectivity because a lot of the media stations are owned by politicians whose interest is in swaying voters one way or the other. Independent media practice seems to have faded, and journalism has become a conveyor belt for political propaganda, insults, and acrimony. What is the status of the role of the media in holding the executive, judiciary, the legislature accountable as the fourth estate of the realm? Is it enough to just report issues? Where are the investigations? Where are the facts? These are the hard questions that the media must ask and reassess its role in shaping our country's future. In the past, when all else had failed, academia was the last vanguard. We all remember the role that the Legon Observer played. Under the hallowed cloak of academic freedom, men and women of conscience could write and speak words that penetrated the halls of power. It appears to me that in recent times, in our fourth Republican dispensation, the courage to stand up for the truth and the determination to uphold the common good seems to be missing. In our dark moments, it is concerning that the voices of the intellectuals are receding into oblivion. Sadly, it is a consequence of deep partisan polarization of our country, said that everything is seen through the lenses of politics. It appears to me that the culture of silence has returned, this time not enforced by legal and military power, but through convenience, parochialism, hypocrisy, and lack of conviction.
This is Sir Sam Jonah. Okay, same way and San Yeko election 2020. Okay, be right after election 2020. Why wouldn't him say Sam Jonah? And say Sam Jonah is one of the most successful entrepreneurs, successful mining engineers in Ghana, goldfields, all the way to Anglo Gold Ashanti. Say Sam Jonah. We all know him, what he has done when it comes to mining across the world, Africa, and all over the place. Says Sam Jonah Ghanaian, he grew up in Obuasi. He's a renowned man across the world. His contribution when it comes to intellectualism in building nations and building industries. Says Sam Jonah was talking about the media and how the media has been polarized and how the so-called intellectuals today have decided not to speak. Says Sam Jonah, says Sam Jonah worked with my father at Anglo Gold Ashanti. Those times near friend Goldfields. Some says Sam Jonah across the world, people know him. You can use just says Sam Jonah's name to get a visa to go to other countries, and it's a fact. Now, these are people in Ghana, with all due respect, they can decide not to work again and they'll be fine till they die. These are people who have seen governments, regimes. These are people who are sounding the alarm that we are also part of the intellectuals. We are the so-called wise ones people look up to. The young ones coming up are looking up to us, and they have seen things. But what they were seeing, or what they have been seeing under Akufo-Addo's regime, they felt that we had to start speaking. Now, says Sam Jonah's point was all about why the so-called the strong voices in the society, in the country, has gone down. He was also speaking about how and why the media today cannot come out emphatically and let the government understand that they can criticize them for the government to do the right thing. That is the job of the media. The media is not supposed to go after the opposition. The media is supposed to check the government that is taking the taxes of the day. Says Sam Jonah, his time I know there was GBC, Radio Ghana and all that. So he knows. And he has followed the terrain to this part, to this point. In some way and Sambia, in peniphobic can maybe my idiomatem, says Sam Jonah can some way you'll be to say Paul Admotree. Because of politics, because of politics in Paul Admotree. Somebody who went to Ghana Law School, copied every single thing across in front of him, still could not pass his law exams. He was standing on Metro TV insulting Sir Sam Jonah. And what did Sir Sam Jonah say? He was just saying that things are not right. Where we are heading, we might end up in a ditch. Today, we have ended up in that ditch. But what happened to us? What happened to get us here? Why are we not speaking? Recently, we heard that a group of people led by a particular church, Pentecost Church, Omogada Ghana from Penifo kugu one roof ase, and almost say, let us have a conversation. What have we seen? The worst is even happening. Now the question here is, are we going to wait till we all die before we speak? Today, when I sit here and I criticize chiefs, kings, I criticize why they are not using their roles to change their communities and their environment, people turn out to say, where did you hear them? The question here is, are we going to wait till we all die before we speak? Niger, we are not better than them. Burkina Faso, we are not better than them. All those African countries, especially the sub-Saharan African countries, are in their military for a take it over. No? They are not better than us, and we are not better than them. So the question here is, if we have to keep quiet, if we have to stop talking, if we are not supposed to be critical the way we are today, then who is going to speak? Who is going to speak for the right thing to be done? When are we going to speak? Are we going to speak when one of the nicest funerals are being put together for us? Yebekasa, amre yebekasa na yewu. Yentwan na yewu ansa na yakasa. Ana me betra ha, me meto 20,000. Na asem na ehia se wosemeka as a journalist no, I should cover it up because I will offend somebody. When are we supposed to talk? And this is a big question. I also no. When is the right time to talk? Because today, when you talk, the first thing they will say is, what is your name? What is your mother's name? What is your father's name? Oh, papa, braben na wabo. Oh, mame, braben na wabo. Na we kura ofri. Na sifo na wamo. We oya santini anasa oya uneni. We na ne papa ye juma ben. That is what is happening today in Ghana under the leadership of the NPP and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So the question we are asking is, when should we talk? When is the right time to talk? Are we always going to let churches lead politicians into fancy conversations for us to think, say, your problem, you're solving now? Do you think, say, I was say, I'm sorry, ebe friend and young for ebe tina patase, no more say, Jimmy. We all see the reality on the ground. In fact, yenye wofie na yenti TV so no, ye hu de e koche mo amotete soro no efisa mo bibi na bone. Mibusa asemi, sa National Development Forum o se symposium na mo ye no. Eden e de bae. And I'm asking because Sir Sam Jonah was talking about this. The culture of silence. Elizabeth Ohene and Enufusa Tabono obekeka nkwasi asem. Why is Sir Sam Jonah questioning the status quo? Why is Sir Sam Jonah and his status of Wedruno? Why is he bringing himself down to speak for the ordinary Ghanaian? Sir Sam Jonah is not an angel. He has his own flaws. But at least somebody gathered the balls to speak. Yenwu ansana yayedei yakasana. It's a big question we all need to be asking. This is Sir Sam Jonah.
We have just finished another election, the 8th in the series since the beginning of our fourth republic, democratic experiment. As usual, the accolades came from all over the corners of the world, and we took them with pride, as we should. But we failed to tell the world, what we failed to tell the world is that some people lost their lives in the course of the election. Ladies and gentlemen, for me, no election is as important as to warrant the loss of even one life. And the silence over it is numbing, as it gives the impression that it is okay and it is to be expected. No, it is not to be expected. It is not okay. let me say that one of the saddest moments for me was after the State of the Nation address, when a prominent MP was asked why there had not been serious outpouring of grief about the death of the innocent people in Techiman. His response was that, as far as he was concerned, they were undeserving of any sympathy because he saw them as armed robbers. For me, that was a new low for the country. We also witnessed, arguably, the biggest assault on our democracy since the beginning of the Fourth Republic. When on the eve of the swearing-in of the president, at a time when there were no ministers, and crucially, let me repeat, crucially, there was no Minister of Defense, armed soldiers, that is to say, officers from an institution that works by command, invaded our parliament, and up to date, no serious answers have been provided. This could have been grave, this could have had grave consequences for the future of our country. The least of.
When are we supposed to speak? Asofum penifo Ghana ha. Ahemfo akese from the north all the way to the south. Before says Sam Jonah Ekenyina way was right after election 2020. Asona Kenyan say onya kwara na we di Ghana ho yaw na we di abaya eteso yaw na we di Ghana fo nyina ho yaw. Ni nyina ne say yetena Ghana to abama nipa ewuye. Nipa etoye. And eye adia na nka wose Ghana nyina ye kwekotodje nim na ebusa ye ho nsem se eye den na ye ma aba ye to no ehu hia tan nipa sebi omokoto aba no. Says Sam Jonah. Say na ontiasie. Say everybody is quiet. Na de na etwa ne nsunu mu ne say ye to aba wie ye bo nipa nwotwetuo. President Ebema State of the Nation obekasa kire Ghana nyina no. A member of parliament who is now a deputy speaker of parliament, et me bien no ka say Ghana for na ya meda omunko blood no. Ghana for na ya bo mutiri mutuo no. Ghana for na Ghana police ni soldier for eku o mato atwene no. Sa MP na ende oye deputy speaker of parliament osaka sa aban we hu no. O se sa nkofo no. Sa Ghana for mo te se wo na wo hwe me no. Sa Ghana for mo te se otu force etutu no. Sa Ghana for mo te se awonafo hene no. Sa Ghana for no mutise yana no. Ghana for no mutise kofo hene no. Ghana for na omoto tise momma na muni omotifia and the maye duane mo modi no. Sa Ghana for no armed robbers. Says Sam Jonah was like ni huji no. And you know what was disheartening? There were people sitting on TV and on radio defending this. Osia dia say ni yabako and say soldier fought me rule parliament. The Constitution states it clearly. Say, Sadia ni siya, I was here 2-1 among. Till date, nobody has spoken. The moment you start to mention names of chiefs, kings, when you start to mention names of statesmen, the moment you start to mention names of the clergy, they start to tag you. Wanya Mahamania, Mahamad Tiaoka, so wanya Mulenia, we are Frafreni, so wanya Frafrenia, we are Kroboni, wanya Krobonia, we are Musini, just a one win Ganani. Why do you question when people use power against their own people? That is these are the things that we are asking, and consistently on this platform, I have made this clear. No rational Ghanaian should walk to the ballot and say, because to Obama MPP. MPP, they don't have any morals. The people leading the MPP today, from J.A. Kufuor to the last messenger, they lack morals. They don't like Ghanaians. They are selfish people. This party and its cronies are a group of insects, political insects who just came to consume the people, take our soul and destroy our land. How can ex-president who is now a leader of a political party and has been an ex-president before and a commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces sit for almost 4 years not to speak about soldiers entering parliament and his own party and his own president and his own party people leading the police force? The vice president is the head of the police council. The president is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. They are NPP elected leaders. J.A. Kufuor and the so-called Council of State in the NPP are quiet. Otunfo said to sees nothing wrong with it. Niana sees nothing wrong with this. All the so-called prominent people that we question every day see nothing wrong with this. One day, the question here is, Yewu ansana yebusa question na. A time will come, we will not be scared of the gun, we'll be scared of the bullet. A time will come in the history of this nation, Ghanaians, young men and women, we will not be scared of the gun itself. We will be scared of bullets. Because bullets does not know who is an MPP or an NDC. Bullets does not discriminate. Bullet does not know an Akan from a Voltarian. Bullet, when it is sent, goes out to do damage. We have gotten to that point whereby we are not supposed to be entertaining mediocrity, foolishness, and stupidity. Some people thinking that they have the rights, they have the audacity, they have the birthright to lead Ghana. Nobody and no political party has the birthright. Nobody's entitled to lead this country. It is we, the people, our will, our decision, that will make somebody lead the people or lead this country. We are closer to our death. We are closer to our death. Our forefathers, our ancestors, those who died, those who fought hard, those who once stood somewhere else and say, I am fighting for my great-grandchildren, today they see themselves as they fooled themselves. We are at the edge. We are going to die. We need to start thinking. We have a president who is daft, a president who is ignorant, a president who is petty and childish. We have a political party filled with tribal fools. They only think about their tribe and the money they will make. We have a party in government that does not even think about the development of the people, but the next power that they will continue to kill. Ghanaians, you might hate me, you might like me, but the bottom line here is we are close to our death. Ya ben owu. Meka se Ghana ben owu a bibi besi. Meka se Ghana ben owu a menewo ena ya ben owu no. We are not better than any of these countries around us. Echire wunnim de woka. Echire nipa bi de bibia tutrim. Onyankopon na ogin se ote Ghana na odo no. Saa onyankopon no odo obi a wo Somalia sisia. Akora kitikiti bi wo Niger ya bone papa yemutuo. Ne maame ani efra. Saa akora no onim ne left from the right. Saa akora no edne ni ato onyankopon so. De obedi enda no dwi no onibi. Wa sori anopa, wakobo jantra ba, wakodi konkonsa ba, wakodi obi atam efri se onka ukrom kasa. Umpo de sebio o access to things that you can speak on. Na sebio yaye niye. O problems na osi eso no. Saa akora no problem eso chen. Na se wajimi now I will say there is a God somewhere who basically see you Ghanaians, including myself, as exceptional human beings. Now one kasa usani paru ujidie de kutaoni ya mkwasi ya jidie. Me say, so we are Ghana now sheme. Now just onyankopon biti baby. Or who Ghana for different from Somalians? Or who Ghana for different from Burkinabes? Or who Ghana for different from Nigerians? And I said Niger for. So who Ghana for different from any creature on earth? Now wait Jimmy or some now no one tears here. We have to start speaking. We have to be bold. We have to make sure this group of ignorant souls leading us, we are about to die. We are about to die. These are my opening remarks. After
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.